Welcome, Black. This your host, Concerned Black Citizen. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share this video, and hit that notification bell for all updates. Let's get into it.
And you see what one has to do with the other, especially consider and using the Civil War to talk about Black Americans. That war was not fought for Black people to have guns. That's not.
That war was fought for Black people to have freedoms in this country.
Yeah.
Actually, that's why the Civil War was fought.
Okay.
And the sad
that
part
wasn't
about
fought for Black people to have guns. I think.
Actually, you know, funny fact is, Black people did not get to enjoy the other freedoms until their Second Amendment rights were secured. And I think that that's one of the lessons that we learned.
Aren't allowed to enjoy the freedoms.
I disagree with you on that, Don. I disagree with you. And I think you're doing a disservice to our country by failing to recognize the fact that we have equality before the law.
And you live in this country, then you can disagree with me, but we're not. You mentioned that
I
there's
disagree.
three different shades
Don, I
of
think we have to be able to
here.
talk about these issues in the open, regardless of the color of our skin. Black Americans today, to say that, compare that to 1865 and 1964,
I think for you to compare it to
absolutely
1865 and
have equal
1964
rights in this
is
country.
actually, I think it's insulting to Black people. It's insulting to me as an African American. I don't want to sit here and argue with you because it's infuriating for you to put those things together. It's not right. Your telling of history is wrong. What
part of the history was wrong?
What part of the history was wrong? That the Civil War was fought. You're making people think that the Civil War was fought for Black people, only for Black people to get guns and for Black people to have.
The Civil War was fought for Black people in this country to get freedoms, a noble mission. And I think that even after we succeeded, we had to actually secure those freedoms.
To reduce it in a speech at the NRA to say you're making people think, or you're trying to say that Black people to get guns, that was the reason that you're there at the NRA. That was the reason for the Civil War.
It is a
that's
fact.
Reductive.
It's not
and
reductive.
I think it's insulting.
And the Second Amendment was
Black
part
people,
of what
hang on,
that
please.
freedom.
I cannot keep a thought if you guys are talking to me in my ear. So hang on one second. So to say that Black people, say what you said again.
Black people secured their freedoms after the Civil War. It is a historical fact, Don. Just study it. Only after their Second Amendment rights were secured.
They were not secured their freedoms after the Civil War. That is not. You are discounting Reconstruction. You're discounting a whole host of things that happened after the Civil War when it comes to African Americans, including the whole reason that the Civil Rights Movement happened is because Black people did not secure their freedoms after the Civil War, and that things turned around. People tried to change the freedoms that were supposed to.
And you know how they got it? They got their Second Amendment rights. Well, here's where you and I have a different point of view. I think we should be able to express our views regardless of the color of our skin. We should have this debate without me regarding you as a Black man, but me regarding you as a fellow citizen. That's what I think we should see.
Whatever ethnicity you are, explaining to me
whatever ethnicity
about what it's like to be Black.
Whatever ethnicity I am, I'll tell you what I am. I'm an Indian American. I'm proud of it. But I think we should have this debate. Black, white, doesn't matter.
I think we should have this
on
debate.
The content of the ideas.
You should do it in an honest way and in a fair way. And what you're doing is not an honest and fair way. Okay? We appreciate you coming on.
With due respect, Don, I look forward to continuing that conversation.
Thank you. The conversation.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you, Papa.
We'll talk about China.
Yes, let's talk about China.
Next time you come back.
Oh, thank you. Much to say on declaring independence from China.
Okay,
something you can
move
add
on now, please.
Thank you.
The Civil War started because of uncompromising differences between the free enslaved states over the power of the national government to prohibit slavery in territories that had not yet become states. Now, wearing that, any of that says anything about Black Americans' Second Amendment and freedom. Not only did this Habib straight up lie, he's just walking around creating history as he go. We know these people did not fight because any moral justice, and they did not fight because one group wanted to free slaves. They just could not agree on what they was going to do or what medium they were going to use to keep slavery going. And just like savages, they proceeded to kill each other, like they always do. So I'm not here advocating for Don Lemon, but this dude told a straight up lie. And he's a funny fact. Yeah, saying Negro. That is a funny fact. Actually, it's comedy. because it's not even realistic.
You, to me, I've read your story. I've heard many interviews, Tim Cash, so forth and so on. You are the Michael Jordan. And when I say that, you came from nothing. People didn't want you. You worked hard. You went and earned everything. You went and got it. You are the American dream because you went and got it. You worked hard to get it. Other people had the LeBron syndrome where they were already the king. They already had things going on, but you came from nothing to get it. And you're not just an American because of the color of your skin. You're American because you're here and we're all together on this experience, this journey together. And I want to say I am very happy to shake your hand.
Man, this is so racist. And he knows it too. Oh yeah, I like that. He like that. He's one of those. This person that's exhibiting this culture of white supremacy is not new, but it's a little innovative because I see him agreeing with racism, but he speaks in dog whistles that's very sharp. And, you know, you just have to listen to him and see what he agrees to and see what he says. But he's like, Michael Jordan? Michael Jordan been dope. But probably it was at one point white society didn't like him. And at that point, that's what this racist white guy was talking about. And then when he started buck dancing, that's when white society started liking him. And that's what this clearly racist guy was speaking about. See, LeBron came out the gate being a little radical. I mean, definitely not Jordan, for sure. Because Jordan ain't really say nothing at all, period, about black empowerment, black people. Never. I never heard Jordan speak up for black folk. And every now and then I hear LeBron James do it, tippy toe, fence ride, whatever. But just that little bit got this white supremacist nuts in a bind. And he's going around comparing a Habib San Negro Indian to Michael Jordan and LeBron James. And how Jordan came from nothing and LeBron James came into the door already the king. And Mr. Bob does not like that.
They don't even want us teaching Martin Luther King Jr. to the students of UNC. Is this where we're at? Let's turn to 2024 GOP candidate Vivek Ramaswamy. Vivek, thank you very much for being here. I'll ask you that question. Is this where we're at? I mean, the employees protest if U.S. history is simply required.
Pete, this is part of a broader assault on American identity itself. Our problem isn't that we have civic education, it's that we don't have enough of it. And here's an interesting fact, all right? If you're an immigrant and you want to become a citizen of this country, you actually have to pass a test. Among the questions included in that test include things like, how many amendments are there in the U.S. Constitution? There's 27. Who were the authors of the Federalist Papers? John Jay, Alexander Hamilton, James Madison. If immigrants who want to actually immigrate to this country and become citizens have to know these things, I think there should be no objection to actually teaching it to somebody who's a student at a public university. So don't believe that this is about anything other than an assault on American history itself. Because there is this anti-American strain, Pete, and you know it well, that wishes to apologize for the existence of a nation founded on our ideals, and I refuse to do it, and I think we need more people willing to stand up and say that.
So these suspected white supremacists think they're slick. They're going to bring up Martin Luther King and then quickly segue into some deep, demonic, racist dog points. I mean, he said it's a sector that wish us to apologize for American history. And I'm one of the people who will not do it. Literally, he's saying All you Negroes out there want us to be sorry for enslaving you, for raping your babies, for feeding them to alligators, for hanging your grandfather, for beating you to death, for using your hair as some type of cushion in my pillow. You want us to apologize for that? And we will not apologize for what we have done. That's what he said. That was very demonic and evil. This dude is very evil. But it seems like he has a lot of fun facts. Well, hey, let's get into some fun facts ourselves. So let's go with some fun facts ourselves, right? We got crime in India, right? Crime rate in India, 2021. This is recent. Crime per 100,000 population. Murder, 2.1%. Okay? That might seem normal amongst that amount of number, that huge number. Rape, 4.8%. Now that's huge. So I see what you guys doing in India. Kidnapping, 7.4%. That's huge. Anything above 2%, I mean, with that amount of population, it's a problem over there in India. Death by road accidents. That's huge. Niggas cannot drive in India. All right. 1.0, grievous hurt, sexual harassment. That's pretty high. Look like you got a bunch of simps over there in India. Human trafficking, that's low. So I'm surprised by that. Riots, all right. Obviously, you guys got a problem with the government. Wow. Theft. You sand niggas is a bunch of thieves. 42.9%. You niggas like to steal. Burglary, I'm guessing that's going with theft. It's obviously you can't, gotta be broke over there. I mean, if you're stealing from each other, you gotta be broke. All right. Extortion, robbery, that's low. Forgery, cheating, and fraud. And that's pretty high. So back to that. You guys steal from each other. All right. Drug trafficking, that's high. It's above 2%, it's high. Legal arms, shooting each other. Crimes against, okay, Vivek, whatever your name is, Vivek, San Negro. It's a bunch of pedophiles from your home country. And I don't see you talking about this. You speaking about this woke, and you using these buzzwords. You telling us, you guys should be okay with talking about racism, and the Civil War was fought to just get black people guns. I mean, you talking all types of crazy, but I don't see you talking about this 33.6% of crimes against children from the country where your ancestors and your people come from. Why this is not a target of your conversation? This is bad. Something has to be done in India. Like you said, I shouldn't be Indian to talk about this. So if you Indian American and you have all these things to say about history, well, we need to talk about crime, the crime rate in India. Because theft and crimes against children is at an all-time high in India. You a bunch of perverts that steal. You a bunch of pedo panhandlers. And it need to be called out. This dude, Vivek Ramaswamy, he's dangerous. Lying about history, talking in code, speaking in dog whistles, bigging up racists, We got to watch out for people like this. The system is built to use people like this. These people will speak the racism that the white supremacists want to say, but they'll just say it for the white supremacists. And the white supremacists are hide behind these fools, these immigrants, these tethers. This guy right here, just know that we seen you coming a mile away. And we not gonna let you walk without exposing your racism. We see you, Vivek Ramaswamy. Yeah. You're a white supremacist. I don't care what color you is. If you like what you hear, like this video, share this video. Let me know what you think in the comment section. This dude, Vivek Ramaswamy, trying to pander to the white right. Y'all let me know. And I'll see you in the next video.